Um, talk to me about early on in the business. You've got your trailer. How are you originally getting deals in the door? How are you getting customers besides your relationships with your father and his contracting business? How else
Yeah.
was the phone ringing for you?
Um, well, yeah, I mean, like my father, like that's pretty much nil. There was never any really much work with that, especially when I started in 2008 is when I started.
Great time to
Um,
start a business.
yes, exactly. So like there was no construction, there was nothing like that. That was also one of the reasons I could use his trailer. He wasn't using it
Right.
anymore. Yeah, I just would, one of the big things I did, and we still do it now, is we put out bandit signs. Like
So explain. I know bandit signs from the real estate investing space because
Mhm,
they live on those. A lot of people
yeah.
don't know what bandit signs are. Explain what a bandit sign is.
So it's the same. I mean, it's basically a little road sign, like sign you see sitting on, like you see, like this time of year, you'll see them everywhere for politics.
Yep.
So what I would do back in 2008, 2009, there was a sign shop probably 5 miles from my house, and I would go there in the middle of the night, and I would go through their dumpster, and I would pull all the old ones out that they were throwing away, and I'd take them back home. And during the day, I would spray paint one side black so you couldn't see what was on it, flip it over to the blank side, and just write junk removal with a Sharpie. Um, you get 500 signs out of that. You're saving roughly $2,000 by just doing it that way. But
Right.
you have a handwritten sign on the side of the road, so the what people expect when they call you is much more, is much lower. The
Yep.
expectations, or the bar is set very low. But that was how that was like guerrilla marketing. And I would do, whenever the phone happened to ring, which seemed to be very rare, I would go do a job, and I'd walk around the neighborhood and knock on people's doors and hand them cards and things like that. So it's a bunch of you just tell everyone you
Right.
can. I think that's
Right.
you be proud of, I think about that with anyone that's starting a business. Like, be proud that you're starting something, and tell everyone you know about it. Don't be like, the part of me a little bit at times was thinking like, I'm kind of like a garbage man or something. So sometimes I'd be slightly ashamed of what I was doing. Not ashamed, but just like not really that proud. But there came, very early on, I got over that, and it was just like I was proud of what I was doing. To me, I was a business owner, even though I was just one 19, 20-year-old kid in a 1984 Chevy pickup truck. But to me, I was a business owner, and when I really started to become proud of that, I was telling everybody I knew. I would walk, door to door, put door hangers on doors, and flyers and mailboxes, just all kinds of stuff. I even would do um, I would print out little flyers on Microsoft Word, print them out, and put them in the little trash bags, or not trash bags, little Ziploc bags, and
Yep.
then put pebbles in the bag so it had a little bit of weight to it, and just drive around and throw, throw them on the driveways.
That's
And I don't
awesome.
know that any of that ever worked, but I was
Yep.
trying. I was always just kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what would stick. But I think the biggest thing was when you're just telling people, because like now anyone that knows me knows about stand-up guys, and they use our service, like just from friends and colleagues and other people that I've met over the years. Like we make tons of money and have tons of work just based on that alone, which I think it doesn't feel like, it might not be like it doesn't seem like, oh, that's the secret sauce to getting a bunch of work. But I mean, long term, it pays off.
Yep. Yep. Death by a thousand cuts. Or
Yeah.
life
And
by a
again,
thousand
I
cuts.
always go back to, when you do get work and the phone does ring, if you have good service, people will continue to call, and then your customers will be your best marketing tool.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves to know a guy. So
Yep.
if you're the guy that knows a really good junk guy, you like to tell your friends about it when they need it.
Yep. Absolutely.
It seems to work out that way.
Right.